Still plagiarism. Bunch of dumbasses talking. I'll just drive a short bus and pick all you asses. Fuck that bullwinkle bullshit.
God damn, that's good.
Now you're all charged up.
Ooh. Nectar of the gods.
We almost didn't have this today.
Yeah. For whatever reason, whenever I leave, you guys can't seem to get it figured out. So
Fridays is a real issue. It seems like getting out of there on time. If it's gonna go wrong, it's gonna happen between 2 and 3 o'clock on Friday.
What do you have? You pick up some corrugated panels?
Yeah, some cow panels for a walkway inside. I pulled into their customer service back area, pulled over to the spot that these panels supposedly are. Every single one I looked at was broken. Had either a break in it or bend or something. And I was like, this ain't good. So I called Josh. He agreed that we're not buying pieces of shit panels. They're going inside. So I started to pull out of the parking lot and got 2 nails in the tire.
You couldn't have got it back to the warehouse?
I mean, I probably could have, but I needed to stay there to make sure that the tire got changed because there's no point in waiting until Monday morning to do it. So I had to get my coordinator hat on and coordinate, dude.
Yeah, the official lot lizard.
Yep. So I had to get it done. Guys at Curry's Truck and Trailer here in town, shout out. Those 2 dudes came up and got that goddamn tire off there faster than a fucking NASCAR pit crew.
Wow.
NASCAR.
Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
God damn.
Sports.
The Curgers. But these short clips have been popping up on my TikTok as far as the government tracking that they think I want to watch Star Wars now. Some of the clips are like, maybe I do want to. I don't know what movie it is, though. And I don't think I can just jump right into that movie.
What? Describe the clip. We definitely
Natalie Portman's doing a bunch of crying to like young adult Anakin, I guess, right?
with fire in the background.
I don't know. It's kind of, it's kind of smoldery.
Yeah.
And she's like, Obi-Wan's saying you're pulling some shit, like you're killing kids and
That's
shit.
The end of number 3.
And he's kind of like dancing around the question, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Obi-Wan's just trying to break us up, man. Obi-Wan wants you. That's why.
And then she keeps spouting off. And then he uses the Force and starts giving her the good old chokey.
Yep.
And
That's
then
a good one.
Obi-Wan comes stomping down, like, hey, put her down.
I've said this before. You would, if you didn't like the first one for the reasons that you claim to not like it for, you'll like the other ones. Because the other ones are much better than that one. Not that they're good movies.
So then I read the comments, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is like Natalie Portman's like best role. She put on like
Jesus
an
Christ.
A1 performance.
She put on a better performance in V for Vendetta. She had to shave her head, for Christ's sakes. And then she was in Black Swan, too,
Is
wasn't
that
she?
Johnny Depp? Does he play the Phantom of the Opera guy in V for Vendetta?
No.
That's not Johnny Depp?
No.
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it showed another clip of Darth Vader fights this, I think they call her the third sister.
Wow,
She's
so
like
it was an animated?
Nope. It was like, she was like a black Jedi. She had a red lightsaber. She had this little device
from the
that
Obi-Wan
spins.
series. Yep.
And the whole point was that Darth Vader fucks her up without even getting his lightsaber out.
Yeah.
Pretty much takes hers, turns him off, and then destroys the shit out of her.
You can't, there's not much you can do.
I'm like, well, that's pretty neat.
That was the one cool part about the Obi-Wan series is that you've never really got to see the true strength of Darth Vader on screen. You've never really seen it until the moment where he's moving large objects and stopping people that you would think would be able to do something about it.
Well, then it had another short clip of him and Obi-Wan fighting.
Yeah. In real actuality, they all suck because if they had the force, they could really do some crazy shit.
I saw a bunch of nerds in a parking lot, so now it's like really going down the rabbit hole of the guy who must be some expert lightsaber dueler. He's like, I hate when people are dueling because you don't know who's the attacker and who's defending because they're both meeting in the air instead of one like being up and down defending. I'm like, God, what a fucking nerd.
Yeah. To those people, it's a choreographed movie. I mean, since they're not really fighting, so that's why it looks like they're not fighting, because they're not.
So it's like when you watch UFC and you put your gloves on and sit on the couch, you're like,
same. It's not the same thing.
God damn, I just would have, I would have reversed and I would have come around on him.
Yeah, but the difference is in UFC, they're actually fighting.
So these guys are watching Star Wars with their sabers going,
I bet you they've all got sabers too, for sure. They got the nice ones. Spent several $100s of their mom's money on it.
Would you like to own one? A nice one?
I think it would be a cool piece to have, like, for our podcast studio.
Like displayed?
Yeah, I mean, a lot better than what we got to look at right here in the salon.
What do you think the most expensive one is? Do you think it's like...
Oh, they're thousands of dollars. There's ones that I guarantee they make them to order, probably. And I bet they're made out of, like, metal. Like, they feel real.
Think they've ever made a real lightsaber?
No.
They've tried?
I watched a video where he basically made a really good plasma torch, but it's not a lightsaber in the same sense that you're thinking of. I mean, it's a plasma torch and it does cut through objects and it is very, very hot, but it wouldn't like have the same fighting action.
Is it still like a big colored beam that comes out of it?
It just looks like a big blue fire beam.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the only thing that happens there is you just get sliced in half. Like what a real lightsaber would do.
So it's pretty damn close.
I mean, it's as close as that you're going to get.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Could cook your hot dogs, roast a marshmallow.
Yeah, you could. I have smoked meat cooking for you even. I knew you'd get hungry.
Can't tell if that's what I'm smelling, if there is an aroma. I had a McDouble before I came, so.
Ooh, that's not enough for you, though.
It was actually a pretty good McDouble.
You can eat 10 of them.
That's what I told my wife and my son. I've eaten 10 of these before, so in case you forgot. So
did you say it exactly like that?
Yes. I've eaten 10 of these.
Wow. What was her response to that?
She acted like I wasn't saying anything or existing. So
wow. Jesus Christ.
It was a fairly good McDouble. It was well put together.
So you're going to take somebody up on that bet?
What
that
bet?
They can do 15 in 30 minutes?
If I'm doing another food challenge, it will be
a race?
A versus. I will have to eat against somebody.
Would you do that, though?
Eat against somebody?
If we bring somebody here and he says he can do 15 in 30 minutes, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to see if we can make.
I don't know.
Isn't it your friend? Isn't your
my brother-in-law?
Well, why don't you set that up?
He is moving here in the summer, so he will be in town.
Where is he moving from?
Iowa City.
We should make that happen.
There's no way. I've seen him throw up after eating one medium-sized plate of food.
Well, I mean, then that makes for a perfect challenge then. You're confident, he's confident, but you're confident in the fact that he's going to throw up.
I've watched him eat less than me in a normal sitting and throw up because he's eating too much.
Well, where do you think his confidence is coming from then? I hope they're sensitive enough to pick up that. You definitely have a streak in your pants after that one.
Did you hear it? It's going to mix well with the meat aroma.
Yeah. It'll mix really well with the beer and smoked meat aroma in the air. Good God.
Oh.
I actually saw a clip today on the internet of some dude farting right next to his passed out friend, and the friend doesn't wake up but throws up while passed out. It's a pretty good video.
There's a guy you can pay online who will dedicate farts to you, and they're like the creamiest farts. Like, hey, thanks for the donation. This one's for you, so-and-so, and just...
Jesus Christ.
I think there's even chicks that you can pay that will fart in a jar and then they mail it to you.
I'm sure they do a lot of things like that.
Yeah. That was like a big thing for a
The
while.
one chick was selling her bath water.
Yes, you can buy any part of them or shit that comes out of them.
Yeah.
These girls are smart. They found an avenue and they're getting rich.
Yeah, I don't know for what you would do with someone's bath water exactly. Yeah, I mean,
If there was a market for my farts, I'd definitely can them and mail them.
I've been saying that the entire time for all things. If I felt like there was a market for any of those things for me, I'd do it, but there ain't.
Trying to sell your body.
Not sell my body. I don't think my wife would enjoy that part.
She would love the extra income.
I don't know that she would love the extra income based the way that I'm getting
Imagine
it.
the kind of kayaks you could buy.
Dude, I'd buy so many fucking rocks. It would be insane. I would buy a huge semi and it would pull up to my house and it just pile.
Don't you
agates
have
right
that
into
big
the
trailer
front
in the
yard.
back now?
Nope, I got rid of it.
You should have kept that.
Nope, had to go. It's all going.
Could have fit a lot of rocks in there.
I'm selling it to you.
What?
The house.
Oh, the house?
Selling it to you.
Yeah, you just got rid of the garage in the back.
There was never a garage in the back.
The trailer.
Yeah, but it was like a pull behind trailer. It's not like
Oh, you made it sound like it was like a shipping container.
no. I would have kept it.
Right.
No, it was just a 2-wheel pull behind trailer with a hitch. It wasn't rusted or anything.
You sold it, you said?
No, I just got rid of it. Told someone to come get it. I probably could have got $100, maybe $2, but nah.
No.
I'd rather just have it gone. It was gone like that.
Same day.
Because I posted it online later in the evening, so it took the next day. But yeah, it was gone the next day. And then he called back and wanted his furniture.
You say, no, it's mine.
I said, you don't want it. You don't want that furniture. Because the lady that works at the building that he's living in was on the phone too. And that's basically, I was saying to her, you don't want this furniture.
Well, in his new room, isn't it furnished?
The new apartment that he's getting isn't really furnished. Doesn't have furniture. It's got like furnished in the sense that it's got appliances, but not things to sit on.
They probably walked in like, God damn, this is fucking nice. Should have saw where I used to live.
I guarantee when me and that lady were walking into that house over there, I told her, I did that guy a favor. I mean, this house is a disaster. I can't believe he was living in there like that.
He's waiting for an angel like you to come along.
Yeah, and kick him out.
Yeah.
Well,
You're his savior.
wish was granted.
You were his messiah.
Well, I do what I can to please the public.
Watched The Big Lebowski last night.
That's a good one.
Super good. John Goodman, goddamn, makes me laugh.
That is one of the better roles that he's got.
There's a point where he reminded me a lot of you.
What?
Where they're leaving the bowling alley after he pulls the gun out.
I already knew that's the part that you were going to talk about.
He sits in the car. After he gets done screaming his head off, he keeps telling Steve Bridges, calmer than you. I'm calmer than you.
Yeah. For some reason, I knew that's the part that you were going to say.
After he just made a huge scene, acts like nothing happened. Like, calmer than you.
I'm calm.
That character is exactly like my younger brother. He even looks just like my younger brother
That's funny.
Your brother looks like John Goodman.
in that movie.
Do you think energies have a look? That's why when you think of, you know what I mean, like a specific
yes.
character, like you even go, it's
That is-
crazy. They
that
look
is my
like it.
younger brother.
Yeah.
That is. Looks like him, acts like him, that's him.
So he's a large man. And he's loud, boisterous. Is it boisterous or boisterous?
Boisterous.
With a
I believe
B?
With a B.
Boisterous? I don't know. When you envision a large man, you think that he's got a large resonating voice. Very much John Goodman-esque.
Most people do.
He's got the same attitude, same temperament. It's him, I swear to God. You could
That's funny.
dress as him for Halloween. It would be
I wish I could find a pair of those old 80s, 70s glasses that he wears, like the yellow tinted ones that you never really have to ever take off.
Yeah, there might be a pair over there. You want to go look?
Like you can wear them inside. You can wear them outside. You don't have to really take them off.
You can get a prescription.
So cool.
Could make him a lot of money off those.
Oh, that guy? If he has
No,
some?
I mean, I just mean like the actual vintage, like frames. I suppose you could get a lot of money for them.
And I want to dress up. It's not even like a real costume. Just like a turtleneck with like clear rimmed glasses and like a gold chain. Don't know where that is from, but it's a look.
Like a Russian look?
Maybe it is like a mafia thing
You're trying to
from
look
like the 80s.
Trying to look like Jordan Montandon? Jordan is dressed like a 90s Russian mafia member every day of his life. He's always got a gold chain on. Sometimes a bracelet. I'm surprised he don't have 4 or 5 rings on, to be honest.
I'm trying to get Austin to let me wear his chain, but he won't take it off.
No. Austin, no, you're not getting Austin's chain.
I think he said he got it in 2009, I believe, from his grandma, who may or may not be dead right now.
She is no longer with us, I believe.
So yeah, I get there's sentimental value to it, but I still want to wear it.
Yeah. Well, I'm willing to bet that's not a chain you get to wear. You might get to wear Jordans before you get to wear Austin's.
Ever since he got that goddamn girlfriend, you won't fucking do shit. Ask Joey.
Oh. Hey, dude. She rubbed off on him.
Literally or platonically?
Yeah, maybe both.
I'm willing to gamble platonically, but
Oh, you may be right. I don't know. I've seen them engage in PDA before, so
ooh.
yeah. Yeah. High fives.
They probably just sit there and gauge each other's aura, what color they're
No.
oozing.
I don't get no. Definitely playing Fortnite when they get home for sure.
Ugh.
Maybe not anymore. They've settled down.
Their characters tough.
They've grown up. They've grown up a little bit. They're like an old couple now. That's the weird thing, is that they just skipped all the in between.
Yeah, they play Call of Duty now.
Yeah. They play video games and play with their dogs, while Austin fixes everything that she breaks.
And still maintain the palate of a preteen.
Yep. He has to, especially now, because she can't eat anything. I mean, it's even worse because she can't eat other things. She's gluten intolerant. She can't drink milk. I mean, what can you even have at that point? And Austin's got plenty of that.
What's the difference between is vegan and vegetarian? Vegan's where you don't eat anything from the animal, right? Like you don't do milk or cheese.
I mean, I thought vegan was short for vegetarian, I guess. Me personally.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between people who just won't eat meat and people who won't eat any byproduct of the cow or
maybe
animal.
Vegan means no harm has came to any animals in the process of this.
Yeah, but
where vegetarian then is no meat at all.
But you don't harm the cow when you milk it.
You seen any of those documentaries? I mean, they don't look to be enjoying themselves.
It's just like
cases.
a calf drinking from it.
It's like that Fairlife commercial where he's like, this is Mildred, and she loves milking. She absolutely loves it. And then cut to the actual Mildred who's got a big tumor on her leg because she hasn't moved in 4 years, and all she does is rub up against a pole and get her udders clenched down.
That was
on.
100% correct.
Ooh, I don't like how you said that.
This says vegetarians don't eat any food products made from meat, fish, shellfish, etc. Vegans don't.
Hey, bud. It's shellfish.
What'd I say?
Selfish. But continue.
Oh. At least I didn't stumble. I said it with
Right.
great confidence.
You did. That's the bad part.
Vegans don't eat any food products that come from animals, including dairy products and eggs. I'll be taking that point.
Take it. I said I didn't know.
Yeah. Let's
Can have it.
Oh,
Have that point. It earns you a sandwich.
you learned something today.
One sandwich. I thought about getting pizza after you left.
From where? From work?
Yeah, for Casey's.
For the group?
Yeah.
So then everyone could have had a slice and a half?
Well, maybe.
What are we up to?
We all would have had 2 or 3 slices without you there. I mean, I figure you're eating half the pizza. And then if the Rouen truck driver shows up, there goes another half of pizza.
I don't know if he's trying to lose weight or gain weight.
Who?
The Rouen truck driver.
Oh, that was weird. I almost thought you were talking about Mike. I was like, he's always trying to lose weight.
I don't know. He's a freak.
Well,
It changes every other week. I'm cutting. And now I'm eating a lot this week. And now I'm cutting.
that's how you get big, dude. That's how you get fucking jacked, dude.
Except he gets offended when you call him Big Mike. Because he's not big.
He's not big.
You ask him. He's like, I don't like being called Big Mike because I'm not big.
What do we call him? Ripped Mike.
He told me he'd rather be called Little Mike. His words.
Call him Paper Mike. People be like, why paper? Because he's ripped.
Because he folds like one.
Ooh.
Ooh. Put you in that truck, get you driving.
He might have today. He almost had to.
Would you been fine doing that?
Fine. Yes.
Do you have a smaller box truck?
Can I just take one of these vans?
Oh.
So, are you going to sign up for the next disc golf tournament here in town that you missed this one?
Next year?
No, the next tournament. I
I
mean,
don't know.
they got to have more than one. Is this the
don't know,
only
maybe.
Muscatine tournament? It's
know.
in April.
It was going to be my first one.
So were you just out for the year or what?
Like, am I hanging it up for the year?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm going to go Sunday up to Iowa City.
I said tournaments.
Oh, I don't know. I'll kind of look at some, I guess.
Is there no more in Muscatine?
I don't know if they're going to have another one.
Well, of course there are.
Well, the problem
How
is...
can the only one be in...
Because Muscatine only has one course, or you can have in Iowa City, you can have, multiple because they have
Well,
multiple
yeah, but
courses.
It's April. I mean, it's not even nice outside yet. How can their tournament be before it gets nice? That wouldn't even make sense.
Sunday's going to be perfect. It's supposed to be 50.
Well, I guess if they don't have any more this year, they'll be pretty on par with how things happen in Muscatine, Iowa. Well, have a disc golf tournament. Hey, let's do it once a year at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Great idea, everybody.
You sound like those people that have to move out of this town because they think the town is the problem.
No.
That's like one of my hugest
No,
pet peeves.
trust me. Well, it is mine too. But this town has extra mental issues that
Which you can probably avoid.
Right.
People say, got to get out of this town. It's not good for me. Was it the town or was it you?
Right. I mean, I get...
I imagine the next town you move to, ironically, those problems may come back.
I understand what you're saying, but I just mean like that's why when people go, there's nothing to do in this town, is because every time someone sets up an event, and you're going to like this, because this is right down my lane.
Because you're an event planner?
Because I guess I'm an event planner. They do this every time. They set it up at the worst time of year, or they don't do something right, and then it's over with. Or they don't have it at all.
Well, they did this right.
Well, I mean...
It's sold out.
Yeah, but that's only because there's a bunch of people. I mean, if you were only going to have one disc golf tournament in Muscatine a year and you were going to have people come from all around to see it, wouldn't you want it to be in the most primo of time? So then, like, your course looks good. It's not muddy. It's not kind of cold. It's July. It's nice outside. I mean, that's when you would want to have it if you were just going to do it once a year. I'm assuming there's more than just this one.
Right now it's pretty nice because it's not not everything's grown up back there right now. So trying to find a disc in the middle of July when everything is green and thick,
Don't lose your disc. And you guys shouldn't be throwing out of bounds anyway. If you're throwing it and landing it where it's supposed to be, you can find it pretty
When you
easy.
throw in a heavily wooded area,
Well, don't.
it's going to be in the woods.
All I'm saying is dude, green shots every time.
I think I've asked you to go several times.
I can't. I don't want to.
Bad back,
Yeah,
poor eyesight.
that too. Got a bad back, bad eyesight. I have to stick to looking for rocks, brother.
I don't know how you can see the rocks. They're so small.
Get close to them.
How close do you have to get?
I'm just gonna, like one of them old guys. I'm like holding it up to my eye, like.
I imagine you on your hand and knees, pretty much putting your face in the dirt.
I mean, most of the time I'm on my knees because otherwise you're bending your back in a
That's what
real
she said.
bad spot. Well, same reason. You don't want to blow your back out. You gotta get down on your knees. Bend over too hard, and there goes your back.
Are you going to go this weekend?
I don't know. She works tomorrow, so it'll just depend on how nice it is Sunday.
Can I come?
No,
Can I follow?
I wouldn't be able to stop you. I don't think.
What the rocks see.
Yeah. She's actually sent me that a few different times.
Why, is that what she watches you and you're like, you know what you look like right now?
She's the same way. She's the same way. Sometimes I'm worse. I'll take a shovel and a panner. I'll dig a hole and I'll just sit there and just keep putting dirt and rocks in a panner. I'll walk down to the water.
Does anybody walk by and like, what the fuck are you doing?
No. I don't feel like they do.
There's a bunch of community of weirdos out there.
There's been a couple times where kayakers have kayaked past and been like, what are you doing? And I'll just be like, looking for fossils, arrowheads, and agates.
As they're patting the way, like, gosh, see that fucking dumbass back there?
Well, I mean, maybe. They could be. I mean, I figure you got to get two birds with one stone. You get kayaks in it, and then you get fossils and agates that you can sell. I mean, who doesn't want that?
I think I get super bored doing that.
You would. Yes. Yes, you would.
Do you?
No. No, I don't.
What if you go hours without finding one? Oh.
Yeah. See, that's what you don't
Jeez.
understand is that's what I've been explaining to you all week, right? I enjoy being completely alone and not have to discuss anything with anybody at any moment. It's great. The rocks don't talk at all.
Except yourself.
Well,
I'm
yes,
sure
I
the
will do
rocks do talk back to you at that point.
Well, they're probably like,
I'm over here. Get your shovel.
I wish. Make it a lot easier.
Do you think you could do it sober?
Yeah.
It's just less fun.
I don't know that it'd be less or more fun.
You get more frustrated
No.
going hours without finding one.
I never go hours without finding one.
God, you're that good.
Yeah.
Jeez. Is there a Muscatine rock community?
I don't know about, probably. I don't know that, I
Like on
haven't.
Facebook?
But they've got like ones from the Midwest because that's how I keep track of like the different shows and stuff that are around.
So there's not like a team of you that could go out to deep lakes and look?
Oh yeah, they'll post on like if someone's from a certain area and they want friends to go rock hunting with. Me personally, I don't. Right, I knew you'd laugh. I don't want anybody to go with me at all. I don't mind if my wife goes. We don't stand right next to each other, and that would be stupid anyway. So she goes.
You don't
down.
hold hands while you look for rocks?
No, yeah, that would be dumb. So I go to like the mineral shows and stuff like that to see if I can buy stuff for cheap. I'm usually looking for opals.
When are you going to show me one of your opals?
I thought I've showed you before.
Not in person.
Not in person.
I've never held an opal.
Ooh, do you want me to go get one right now?
Yeah, I want it to blow my mind. If not,
Okay.
I'm going to let you know that it doesn't. I want to have the same feeling Kevin Garnett does in Precious Gems. Have you seen that movie? Super underrated. Well, maybe not underrated, but it's not Adam Sandler-esque.
There's a lot of Adam Sandler movies I have not seen.
It's one of his rare serious roles where he plays a jeweler and sells this rock from the Middle East to Kevin Garnett that he's obsessed with.
Why is Kevin Garnett in it?
Because he saw the rock.
Does he play himself?
Well, I think he initially went into the jeweler's place to just buy jewelry, and then Adam Sandler showed him this rock that he's trying to sell at auction. Then Kevin Garnett gets all crazy about it.
But yes, Kevin Garnett plays himself.
Yes,
he plays himself. This one is what they call a chocolate opal because the background is kind of not really translucent. They're pretty cool. That one's not, I mean, those ones aren't.
in chocolate because of the brown.
Yeah, the back of it is
See that?
like a...
How much is it? Oh, look at that one.
This one's completely clear.
Ooh.
Like if you look from it from end to end, turn that flat end towards you, and then you can literally look through it like it's a piece of glass.
Do they break? If I drop it on the ground?
No, not here. But if you dropped it on this glass, it might, just because opals are softer than others. This one is, they call it a ghost in it. And that one's mainly clear. I need to get my Dremel out and Dremel off more of that stone that's around the outside of it. But that one's pretty cool.
I like the blue in it. So it just formed around this other rock? Or what's inside of it?
No, what happens is they form inside of volcanic rock that has like air bubbles. If you've ever seen volcanic rock, it's got like those, little air bubbles. So then they form almost exactly the same as agates. Except opals take a little bit less time.
I like how when you just turn it, you catch a glimpse of the purple and the blue.
Yeah, that's why I usually, like I said, if I go to agate shows or the mineral shows, I usually try to find wherever the opal tables are at, and I just stand there and look at their opals.
Are there fake opals?
There's a lot of fake opals. Yeah, because
How do you fake an opal?
Well, because you can do a lot of different things with glass.
Oh.
And because opals are clear, inherently clear, you know what I mean? You can see through them. It's kind of easy to fake it then, because then you can just blow a piece of glass in that shape. So.
Would they be able to get a fake one by you?
What do you mean a fake one by me?
Like if you went to a stand and they were selling opals, but it was actually glass.
If they were selling them at a stand, they're not going to be fake, because they already know that the people that they're going to get at that stand are going to know what they're doing. Usually if you buy a fake opal, it's not in rough form. It's already like in a piece of jewelry. It'd be the same way that you could get faked into buying a fake diamond. You don't know. You would have no idea if you were looking at if it was a piece of glass or a diamond from your own naked eye. You'd literally never be able to tell. Because a real person that knows how to shape it into the shape that's in like a ring or whatever you're putting it in, I mean, they can get a piece of glass to look the exact same shininess. It doesn't make any difference. You can spot glass will always have air bubbles in it somewhere.
No. Kevin Garnett thought that they gave him powers.
Yeah. That's most rocks in general. That's what the story is that each one has a power associated with it. I don't go for that. I like them.
Grab a bunch of those and then go face Devontae.
Yeah, dude.
I'll put them in my pants.
Yeah, you could use these like infinity stones.
Ooh, taped in my knuckles?
Yeah. You could tape them to your knuckles and then go right after Devontae. I don't know how well it'll go, but...
Maybe he'll get scared and know, oh shit, this guy's got opals.
Yeah, he's going to be terrified of the opals.
It's his kryptonite. Among other things. Damn it.
Why is he so tired?
He doesn't do shit.
He did today.
Every time I drive by his
You
apartment,
see how many
he's
names
always-
were on the board for today? And guess what? Oh, wait, you were there, weren't you? Never mind. I fucking won lunch, baby. Oh, you weren't there for that, yeah.
No, I left like 15 minutes before
A
that.
fucking
What'd you get?
haven't got it yet. Saving
Really?
it for next week. Yeah,
Don't
today
you make
was
them get it same day?
I think today was a chaotic mess.
3 options. He hasn't. I just found out what his option is next week.
I was even presented with a payout. How crazy is that?
What was the payout?
He's that's podcast purposes.
Are you still on Artie's?
I mean, the more I think, I do want Artie's. That's the worst thing is that I really enjoy their food. If you've never been to Artie's in Wilton, it's awesome.
Well, they're only open for dinner.
They're open for breakfast too.
It's so odd.
Well, it's because they
know they have
employ
What?
high school kids. So it's
I know, but it's like even when I go pick up my son, like when do you think they'd be open for lunch? Swing
Nah.
by and grab a burger for lunch.
I think they were originally. There was a burger joint there originally from a guy that lived here in Muscatine or in the area, and he opened a burger joint. And he was open all day, and he had to shut down because which you would think Wilton would have a decent lunch crowd. They don't for whatever reason. I think they mainly stop at Casey's, and then that's kind of Jesus. That's why they went to like the breakfast is they're in the
Could you hear that?
like they don't have breakfast in the sense you can't go in and order food, sit down and order. They've got the warmer open. So they've got the kitchen open. There's a guy back there making breakfast sandwiches, but he's putting them in a warmer so then that way people can just come in and grab their sandwiches and go.
Well, every time I go pick up my kid in the afternoon, like Casey's is packed with people buying
Yeah.
shit. Well, they probably go to Artie's.
I mean, they probably could, but
I've never had it. I'd try it.
I think it's another same thing as like the Pancake and Waffle House.
Ooh, I love
Downtown?
that. Yeah,
It's only open till 2.
right.
They know that they could fucking
But it's a breakfast place,
right,
obviously.
but I mean, they know they could bang out that menu all day long, all into the PM hours. They would be busy. They've got good food. I'd go down there and eat breakfast for dinner. I don't give a shit what time of day it is.
I like their omelets.
Yeah, they've got awesome food, but they close because even they're like, yeah, it's better for the overhead, and it makes people come back. So then that way, during your actual operating hours, you're packed.
I never even try and get a table when I go in because it's always
No, it's always
packed.
packed.
So I always just pick up.
It's almost like the same as Sal's up here.
Yeah.
If you wait too late, there's no point in going because it's usually packed.
Do you like Waffle and Pancake House?
Have you ever been there? No. Well, you should try. It's good. It's a good place right down there, right downtown.
They probably make better cheesy eggs than you do.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it used to be Riverside, like the
Yeah,
Riverside,
that's good.
yeah, family restaurant or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. Because the same family owns Artie's, I believe, that owns Pancake and Waffle House and Family Restaurant right here across in the mall parking lot.
That's a good place.
They take food take it very seriously, and it's very good.
Well, the guy down there at Waffle is always super hospitable. He's super nice to everybody.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing.
Sunday mornings, it's hard to get a fucking.
Oh, that's why I call it in.
But no, yeah, I'd like to have Artie's, but the fact that he's going to get it and then it's going to cool down for the 10, 15-minute drive back from Wilton.
You'd rather go sit out in the patio and eat it?
Maybe, do you think I could get him to go to lunch with
you?
me? And we would both sit there at a patio table?
I would be jealous.
What in the fucking shit is that?
It's got to be somebody specific that's not his normal ringtone.
Yeah.
It's my notifications, but I usually have it.
Whoa.
It'd be a fun game to guess who it was, but we won't.
It's very cryptic.
Yeah.
No, I've read like 3 different websites that have Artie's ranked like top 10 burger places in Iowa. Something about that.
Hey, wake up right quick. How tight is that shit?
Jesus Christ. No. Artie's they did the food truck thing in Galena, Bettendorf, and Muscatine, and they won, I think, 2 out of the 3.
I think they have like a burger that's got like a donut or something on it. They call it like something to do with like the police force.
It's something like that. They've got a ton of different like crazy burgers, and that's usually what I go for. I like things that are
When I just found out they had that arcade in that back shed area.
It's not too bad. It's a good place, but just like you said, you have to get there at the right time because it gets packed very quick.
Or you could get Osaka.
I thought about it. My only thing is I just really don't like eating sushi in the middle of the day. I feel like I need a cool down period afterwards.
How much sushi are you eating?
I'll only be able to get one roll.
Yeah. Well,
with his price point. No, with the one I'm gonna get. I don't. The one I get's like $14 or some shit.
Well, the Dragon on Fire, which they were out of, is $17.
Yeah, I get the earthquake roll.
But then Mike was.
That's like
it was almost worth it
15,
to order because he was appalled by the amount of food you get for the price.
No, I mean some people are. My dad's the same way.
He'd rather take quantity over quality.
Only if you're. He doesn't like sushi in general, so he's not going to order it. But he gets that same like, I can't believe that's all you get for $15 or $16.
So instead of having like one big slice of really good pizza, he'd rather have like 3 or 4 slices of like Casey's pizza.
My dad's the same way, yeah, for sure. I feel like most people that like pizza would answer that same way. Like if you're like, hey, I've got this one really nice slice. I mean, unless this slice is coming from some corner place in New York and it's the size of my chest.
Yeah, when it was like one of the big ass ones you got to fold and.
Oh, then I only want that then.
Yeah.
I'll take that over everything.
Right.
But if you were like, hey, this is a slice of margarita pizza that came out of a flame stone oven, or here's half of a large pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut, I'm taking the half of a pizza from Pizza Hut and you can fuck off with that margarita.
Is the margarita pizza the one I was bitching about a couple weeks ago that, you get pretty much like 4 slices out of it and it's usually kind of burnt on the bottom?
That's how most places that make a margarita pizza would do it, but that's not a margarita pizza. Margarita pizza is specific toppings. I think it's basil. I think it's just tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, and basil, if I remember correctly. Something like that.
You get that from, can't remember, Sabatales or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. I could be wrong about the exact toppings, but I feel like it's something like that.
I feel ripped off on those.
I mean, they're good. I mean, if you can get a good one, they're good. But to me, because I like pizza and I want to eat a bunch of it, it's not worth the price to me. I don't want to pay $25 for this small little fucking pizza.
It's like you have to get a fork and a knife and sit there and slow yourself down so you're not tempted to inhale it. Then like,
right.
Well, I just ate $27 of pizza in 2 minutes.
Yeah. But I feel like at any of those restaurants, you're not going for that. I mean, it'd be like going to Duck City going, I'm starving, I want to sit here and eat a fuck ton of food. That's a bad choice because you're spending a lot of money now. Whereas, like, if you're super starving, you go to a cheaper place to get your bang for your buck.
You go to China Garden.
Yeah. Now, if you're feeling like you're not super hungry, you're kind of hungry, maybe you have a drink and something to eat, that's when you go to an expensive place because then you don't have to fucking pay for a bunch.
You should talk Mike into going to Duck City.
Ooh, you think we could take a company?
We talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
Doing a little
company lunch.
You
know what's fucked up? You know who he said that he would do a company lunch with though?
And not us.
Yeah.
Who?
All the people at work. Fucking asshole.
So anybody but us.
And he was like, he agreed to it right away. Right away, no hesitation. Was like, yeah, I'd love to go to lunch with you. And then his buddies, supposedly, will use rabbit ears because I don't know now, won't go to lunch with us, but he go to lunch with them.
The ELT team.
Yeah, he'll go to lunch with the ELT team so they can discuss future problems. But God forbid He hang out with his friends.
I think the issue is if we go to Duck City, he's going to wear that same black Carhartt sweatshirt.
You know what the thing is, though? If we go to Duck City, I want him to pretend to be one of the famous bald guys so we get better treatment.
We'll get the upstairs, which I've only heard rumor of. I've never been up there. Or the back patio.
We could be like, hey, I could call ahead to him and be like, hey, I'm bringing in Chris Daughtry.
Just bring his guitar with him. No, I'm really Chris Daughtry. I got a guitar, see?
I don't know that anyone would question it. Well, we've already played the game, and half the people that spend all day with him couldn't pick him out of a lineup, which was odd.
There's a Mount Rushmore of several mics.
Several mics.
Not sure which one is Mike Juring or Vin Diesel or Pitbull or Jason Statham or, I mean, the list goes on.
It seemed like, and it was mainly because of the sunglasses that he got confused with Pitbull the most. I feel like if he didn't have glasses on in the picture, Pitbull didn't have glasses on in the picture, he looks more like Vin Diesel. A younger Vin Diesel, not Vin Diesel now.
Is that what he wears? Are they blue blockers?
I would assume not. I'd assume they're very expensive.
He's modest.
Maybe originally. In the original Fast and Furious, they were blue blockers.
So I think that's his biggest pullback is that he can't wear his Carhartt sweatshirt to Duck City.
He would be able to.
He could.
I mean, they don't have a dress code.
I mean, I didn't even wear a ball cap when I went.
You would actually get dressed up to go there?
I did twice.
You got dressed. Hang on. What do you mean
semi-formal?
By dressed up? What do you mean by dressed up?
Slacks, button up, nice shoes,
a button
belt,
up.
No
From
hat.
Where? What kind of button up?
Izod. So I mean, it's
from JCPenney.
Yeah, I mean, it's semi-formal.
It's for high school photo shoots.
It was like plain blue, so I mean, it wasn't like
fucking eyes.
It wasn't checkered.
Jesus Christ!
What?
You poor Hispanic kid from Muscatine. Eyes.
I wore a.
It was Jacinda's brother.
Yeah, Jacinda's brothers.
Yeah. I wore a vest over top of it, like a. I don't know.
Does Jacinda have a brother?
Not that I know of or that she knows of.
It's very strange that it took so long to answer and that you weren't sure of the answer.
Well, because sometimes I think her cousins look more like her than her actual sisters do, but.
So what are you saying?
That we don't know who her dad is. And then there's a whole other branch of that tree that's like, oh.
Well, we know. I've already told you.
Yeah.
His name's Jose. Or something. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's not up for debate anymore. Was she home when I called you?
Yeah.
I felt a woman presence in your voice.
Oh, it's because my son was sitting there badgering me about going out in the backyard and playing disc golf.
I almost...
And so I was sitting there.
Was like, why is this kid yelling? But then I sensed that there was a woman also.
So then I was sitting there and I'm like, God, I really don't want to go out and play disc golf right now. And then you call it 3:26.
And you were like, fuck yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
I gotta go. I don't have to spend quality time with my son today.
I gotta. She's like, oh, you just get out of everything, don't you? I'm like, hey, dude, he calls. I gotta go. So I gotta go to work. So.
That's the most he's cared about this podcast in 2.5 months.
Threw my shoes on and.
You're like, I can't wait to get there. Fuck yes. I love this podcast. Can we do this twice a week?
The problem is when I've been sitting down for so long, it was hard to get up to do anything.
Oh, I could tell. I could feel like because I gave you the option and I feel like you ran it through like you were like, yeah, should I just wait till?
Yeah, I was trying to process.
But then you're like, this
really
kid's
quick.
yelling at me to go do shit.
And I'm like, okay, so I can get out of the house. I don't have to play backyard disc golf.
I can go drink some beer.
And I can get this done so the weekend is open. All right, let's go. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like as I was talking to you, I could hear myself kind of split my thought I'm talking.
I could.
Because you're like, what?
Yeah, I could. That's why I said what. I thought I heard two different voices.
Yeah, I was trying to run it through
I heard,
no,
we can wait till Sunday, but then I also heard a different voice that was like, hang on a minute.
I was like, well, we can wait but now is fine. But
There was a lot of chaos in the background. I was like, yeah, he's coming. Yep.
I had to tell her how much I loved her new hair. So
Her new hair?
Yeah.
She got a haircut today?
she got her hair colored.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What color? You don't remember what
She said she went lighter. Doesn't mean blonder. It looks a little grayer.
Okay. They toned it, maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't a complete overhaul. When yes.
Okay.
She asked if it looks lighter. I said it looks different toned.
Jesus Christ.
Not knowing what I'm saying. She's definitely not knowing what I'm saying.
Yeah. And we're definitely
She's
not
like,
knowing what you're saying.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Everybody
what's
listening doesn't know what
It's
you're
a
saying.
different tone.
Right. That's weird, though. That they didn't just tone it.
She
That
kept
wouldn't make
asking
any
if it was lighter. I'm like, I can't tell you it's definitively lighter.
Well, then I feel like the job wasn't done well enough.
Well,
or-
this whole week she's been contemplating because this has been her plight was they don't give her exactly what she asked for.
Okay, that's not surprising and holds true usually to every experience with you. So not surprising, yes. You don't. Yes. You don't need to elaborate.
What do you
further.
mean?
You don't need to. Nobody does.
What?
Everybody knows what I'm saying. Yeah. You just
Start over.
simplify it way too far down. And
Me?
it just from my point of view, you need to care a little bit. You don't have to turn it all the way up to 10. You know? You don't have to turn it all the way up to 10. You can just have like 2. Like level 2.
What do you mean? You say I don't care?
Yeah.
About what?
Anything at all, it seems like. And
It's just because
apparently, I'm not the only one that thinks so.
you're just emotional.
I am.
You get worked up.
Yep. Okay, so you know your friend well, but you
Yes.
don't know him well enough to.
I'm using it as a teaching moment for you.
I'm
Don't
using-
let me be mentally stronger than you.
Oh, you're.
Let's dig into this, shall we?
If I
Tell the folks what happened.
We don't need to continue down your path that you're going right
if
now.
I can affect you for 3 days doing limited whatever I did,
Right. I don't know. I like that you just went. Like you put your hands up and you did this little motion like it was only worth like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch.
right?
I feel like it was maybe worth
It was just
more
a
than
little dusting.
that. It wasn't. I mean,
Oh,
if
it
it gets to
could've
the
been
points
so
where
much worse.
even your other coworkers are looking at you going, "What are you doing?"
Just step back
I
and watch
feel
the
like
show.
you've passed a point of like, obviously, what are you doing then? If you've even got other people going, "Hey, Skylar, what are you doing right now, bud?"
It's like watching Barry Bonds at bat. Just shut the hell up and watch the show.
That wasn't like what it was watching.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's a mental exercise for you.
okay.
You failed.
What do you mean I failed? We're doing the podcast.
We are.
Okay.
There was never a doubt that we were.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird.
I was going to show up at 3:30 today.
That's not true.
So this almost didn't happen because you two have a little bit of a tiff going on.
Not a tiff. There's no tiff.
No tiff?
Corey was kind of crying a lot, but
I don't know about crying, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
it's like when you claim that if I do something and you don't give me the response I'm looking for, it shuts down almost immediately.
Right.
You probably should have just done that. just say, all right.
That's not how
And,
my body reacts to things usually. I saved it for the Pop Tire in Blaine's Farm and Fleet parking lot today.
I thought it was Menards.
Nope, it was Blaine's.
What'd you do there?
You know what?
Oh, God. Tell
Menards
me.
wouldn't have happened like that.
Tell me what happened in Blaine's.
Well, I went to Blaine's to pick up an order for Josh, and
No, I don't care about that. I wanted to, how did you release your anger?
I didn't release my anger. I just said I saved it all. Like what you said, the reaction that I should have had for you, I saved it for this. Which I feel like is a better use of it because I ain't getting in trouble from you. But I get in trouble for having a meltdown in the Blaine's Farm and Fleet parking lot on the clock. So I feel like that's a better choice of saving the energy for that.
I was kind of hoping you got the tire iron out and you were sitting there just beating the shit out of it.
No, but I did ask because the guy came out and he was like, well, I don't really know what. And I go, well, I'm expecting that you guys are going to pay for it. And he goes, no, I don't think so. And I go, if I was walking down the aisle and I stepped on a nail inside the store, you'd be paying for my hospital bills, right? And he goes, yeah. And I go, then I would assume that that's the same thing out here in the customer service area. It wasn't in the parking lot. I mean, you're talking about inside their property where they have cars pull to load stuff. I mean, so if I run over a nail there, that's your fault, not mine.
So you pay for it?
We've exchanged numbers.
You've done all you can do?
He is on the understanding that it is being turned into his insurance. Now, what happens after that, we'll discuss in a future episode. But he was told he's paying for it.
God, it's like you and the waiter all over again.
He wanted to plug it. He came up and he was like, well, let's just plug the holes because they got that service center. And I go, you can't do that for semi-tires. So, sorry. It has to be replaced fully. Plus a service call for the truck driver guys to come out and fix the tire in the parking lot.
It's like when the waiter put cold cheese on your sandwich.
Hey, do your job right.
Don't come in with that shit.
And I know he's going to listen to this because the kid that felt like he was responsible for it felt really bad. I feel bad for him too because it sucks. It happened at the end of his shift on a Friday, end of my shift on a Friday. He said, what do you got going on? I told him that I was almost going to be late to do this podcast. So he asked about the podcast. I told him the name. So he's probably listening. See, buddy, that's how you fucking market.
Oh, because you were networking?
Networking,
Just got to blow more tires, I guess. God damn.
Hey, bro. So what do you do? Anyway.
I tell people on Call of Duty all the time after I kill them, fuck you. Go check out Overmire.
So we don't get any listeners from that for sure. You should put it on your gamer profile.
Hey, your mom likes listening to Overmire after I'm done fucking her, so...
You should put that on your gamer profile.
What's
co-host of Overmire Podcast, and then type the link in the description.
No, my gamer tag is Chip Skylark.
So that means you can't put that in the bio? I'm not really understanding the...
Oh, nobody reads bios on Xbox.
Yeah, they do.
So why don't you put the star of the Overmire Podcast on your bio?
Yeah. Yeah, you could put that.
I think it's only 10 characters.
That's not true either.
I don't know.
There's a bunch of characters that you can put in the bio.
I think I used my one free one, so I think it's $10 now to change it.
That's a name change. I'm not asking you to change your name.
It's on my Activision account.
I feel like this ain't going to end the way that I want it to. So we could just
What do you want me to put on there? What do you want me to put on there?
I already said.
What?
Co-host of Overmire Podcast and the link to
What if I leave out co?
Then you can. I think they'll figure out there's more than one person once they listen to it.
The driving force of...
Yes, sure. Yep. the driving force. Yep. We just sit back and watch you paint this beautiful picture, and when we just sit back and watch.
Yeah, I'm like fucking Bob Ross.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're my little paintbrush. Just make you do what I want you to.
Oh, yeah.
You put a little cloud up here.
Well, hey, you know what? I've learned from my mistakes. I'll allow you to live in whatever delusion you would like to live in.
Still plagiarism. Bunch of dumbasses talking. Oh, just drive a short bus and pick all you asses. Up that bullwinkle bullshit.